Your team's biggest risk might be actually not knowing how much risk they're allowed to take. Risk appetite isn't just for boardrooms and PMs. It's an invisible force that decides whether your idea is greenlit or it gets ghosted. If you're still making decisions without knowing how much risk your organization could take, you're putting yourself in a pretty tough position. So let's fix that in today's video. All right, let's start off simple. Risk appetite is how much risk an organization is willing to take to achieve its goals, not how much they can handle, how much they're comfortable with taking. And here's my warning to anyone who's thinking about a career in project management. Risk appetite matters to you because your judgment, your decisions, and your recommendations, they all ride on whether you're aligned with that risk appetite. The question you might be thinking of right now is, how do you find your organization's risk appetite? It's not always going to be obvious, but there's 3 great starting points I always advise people to look at. First, look at your organization's strategic plan. This should discuss risk appetite in one way or another. It might not always be clear as glass, but most mature organizations will have this somewhere within their strategic plan of what limitations they're willing to take. Next, just talk to your project management offices. If you have one, ask them about this information. A good PMO is aligned with senior executives and their goals, ensuring that you have project alignment across the organization that meets the strategic vision. And a part of knowing this is understanding risk appetite from those executives. So lean into those PMOs if you have them. And last but not least, listen to your executives and your stakeholders talk. If you don't have a PMO or they're not keeping up, then you have to do it yourself. Talk to your executives. Listen to your stakeholders. When they give their monthly, hey, this is how things are going brief, ask the question, how much risk are you willing to take on whatever this topic is? This helps define risk appetite in a more informal manner. And for a hint, especially if they're a stakeholder, include that in your stakeholder register. And once you know the appetite of your organization, use it to ask yourself questions like, should we launch early? Should we escalate this vendor issue? If it feels like you're on the edge of what's acceptable, that's when you analyze the appetite and check in with those stakeholders. When risk appetite is clear for your projects, magic happens. Your teams are going to align faster. Decisions are going to escalate less, and everyone's going to understand the why behind the yes and the no for what you're doing. Organizations that know their appetite outperform those who just wing it, period. And if you're not a PM and you're thinking about it, or you're just interested in the topic, this applies to you. You don't need to have a PMP to lead with a risk clarity around risk appetite. Simply ask your managers, how much risk are we comfortable with taking on this project? And watch how your leaders frame their decisions around this topic. Every organization has risk appetite, but most teams, they're guessing at what it is. But now, hopefully, you're not, or at least you know where to go to find it. And drop me a comment below if you've ever had to make a decision without clarity on your risk appetite, and how'd that work out for you? And share this video with someone whose career would be 10 times easier if they understood this simple concept. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more real talk on leadership, risk, project management, and how to lead your projects with confidence, even in uncertain environments. And if you need more information on risk management, check out this video I did right here on that topic. Stay proactive over reactive. I'm Russ Parker, the Bearded PM, out.